Starting off at number 1 is Satisfactory, the first-person factory-building masterpiece that dominates the automation genre. This game drops players onto an alien planet where the goal is to harvest resources and build increasingly complex production chains. The gameplay combines exploration with spreadsheet-level planning as players design conveyor belt networks, automate manufacturing processes, and construct massive industrial complexes. The full 1.0 release polished an already stellar experience with gorgeous environments and smooth progression systems that gradually introduce complexity without overwhelming newcomers. Moving to number 2, we have Factorio, the legendary top-down automation game that defined the factory building genre. Players crash land on an alien world and must build a rocket to escape while defending against hostile creatures. The game excels at providing deep logistics challenges, where every production line needs careful planning and optimization. Belt management, train networks, and circuit logic create endless possibilities for efficiency improvements. The complexity scales beautifully from simple ore processing to multi-layered production systems. At number 3 sits Frostpunk 2, the city survival sequel that expands on the original frozen wasteland setting. This game challenges players to manage a post-apocalyptic society while making difficult moral choices about resource allocation and citizen welfare. The base building revolves around districts and zones rather than individual buildings, creating a more macro-level strategic experience. Political factions add tension as players balance competing interests while expanding their settlements in the harsh, frozen environment. Number 4 brings Rimworld, the colony simulation game renowned for its emergent storytelling and deep management systems. Players guide colonists who crash land on a procedurally generated planet and must build a functioning base while dealing with threats ranging from raiders to environmental disasters. The game features detailed character systems where each colonist has unique skills, traits, and relationships. Base design requires careful attention to defense, production chains, resource storage, and colonist needs. Coming in at number 5 is Dyson Sphere Program, the space factory builder with astronomical ambitions. Players automate production across entire planetary systems with the ultimate goal of constructing a Dyson sphere around a star. The game starts on a single planet, but quickly expands to interplanetary logistics using vessels and transport systems. Resource management across multiple worlds creates fascinating optimization puzzles, while the scale gradually increases from basic automation to galaxy-spanning infrastructure networks. Number 6 features the Planet Crafter, a terraforming survival game where players transform a barren, hostile planet into a habitable paradise. The base building focuses on establishing life support systems, resource extraction, and terraforming equipment that gradually changes the atmosphere and environment. Watching the planet evolve from lifeless rock to lush world with breathable air creates a unique sense of progression. Resource gathering and crafting systems support the long-term goal of making the planet self-sustaining. At number 7, we have Manor Lords, the medieval city builder that blends strategy with organic settlement growth. Players develop villages into thriving towns while managing resources, trade routes, and territorial expansion. The game emphasizes realistic medieval life with seasonal farming, resource chains, and tactical battles. Building placement feels natural as structures adapt to terrain and roads form organically. The combination of peaceful city development and strategic warfare creates a balanced experience. Number 8 showcases Enshrouded, the survival action RPG with robust base-building mechanics in a voxel-based world. Players explore a corrupted fantasy land while constructing bases that serve as safe havens from the shroud that covers the landscape. The building system offers creative freedom with terrain manipulation and structure customization. Crafting stations and resource management tie into character progression, while cooperative multiplayer enhances the base building and exploration experience. Moving to number 9 is Against the Storm, the roguelite city builder set in a dark fantasy world with recurring apocalyptic storms. Players establish settlements in a hostile wilderness while managing multiple races with different needs and abilities. Each run presents random conditions and biomes that force strategic adaptation. The core loop involves building production chains, keeping citizens satisfied, and completing objectives before the storm arrives, creating addictive risk-reward gameplay. At number 10 sits Timberborn, the beaver city builder where players construct dam-based societies in a post-human world. The game features 2 beaver factions with distinct playstyles and architectural options. Water management becomes crucial as players build dams, irrigation systems, and reservoirs to survive droughts. Vertical building with platforms and multi-level structures creates visually impressive settlements. The resource chains involve logging, farming, and manufacturing while maintaining ecological balance. Number 11 brings No Man's Sky, the space exploration game with extensive base building across infinite procedurally generated planets. Players construct bases anywhere from paradise worlds to hostile toxic planets using modular building components. Resource gathering supports crafting, research, and expansion, while bases can include farms, storage facilities, and landing pads. The combination of planetary exploration, space travel, and settlement creation offers tremendous freedom. At number 12, we have Subnautica, the underwater survival adventure where base building occurs in alien ocean depths. Players construct modular sea bases with connecting corridors, specialized rooms, and external attachments. Base positioning matters strategically for resource access and exploration range. Power management, oxygen systems, and structural integrity create engaging mechanical challenges, while the mysterious underwater world encourages exploratory base expansion into deeper biomes. Number 13 features Terraria, the sandbox adventure with extensive building mechanics alongside combat and exploration. Players construct elaborate bases for NPC housing while gathering materials from diverse biomes. The building system offers tremendous creative freedom with hundreds of blocks, furniture items, and decorative options. Wiring systems enable complex contraptions, while boss progression unlocks new materials and building possibilities throughout the extensive content. Moving to number 14 is Sons of the Forest, the survival horror sequel where base building helps players survive against cannibalistic threats. Players construct shelters and defensive structures using a physics-based building system that emphasizes creative solutions. Resource gathering from the forest environment supports crafting weapons, tools, and fortifications. The tension between building a safe base and exploring the dangerous island creates compelling survival gameplay. Finally, at number 15 stands 7 Days to Die, the zombie survival game combining base building with tower defense mechanics. Players construct fortified bases designed to withstand increasingly difficult zombie hordes that attack every 7 days. Building mechanics support creative defensive designs using blocks, traps, and structural integrity systems. Resource scavenging, crafting progression, and horde night preparations create a satisfying loop of exploration and base improvement.